It started for me when I turned 32 years old. I kept losing weight. I had no energy. Everything was a chore. I barely had the energy to turn over in bed. March 17th, 2011, I started chemotherapy. I had to have chemo every 14 days for 6 months. The reason that I had to do this was because my body was breaking down. I was diagnosed with colon cancer and with Crohn's disease. My lowest weight was 64 pounds. I had no energy to move. I could not eat anything. I could not drink anything. I was wasting away. I didn't want to leave everybody to take care of themselves when that was my job. And I struggled with that, with just being angry and mad at first. That's just at the point that I was at.
You know, I would take her to a lot of her appointments. And, you know, I was one there that had to help her out many times and watch her deteriorate with nothing I could do. And it was just, you know, a struggle, you know, it was
heartbreaking.
Huh?
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was totally heartbreaking.
Wasn't it something that you could go and get in your medicine cabinet and take a Band-Aid out and put on your child?
Yeah.
That wasn't going to happen. So we totally just have to give it to God.
March 17th, 2011, I was told that I had to start undergoing chemotherapy. There was nothing more that the doctors could do for me. It was actually the last resort. My body was breaking down. It would not cooperate with what the doctors wanted it to do. No matter how hard I willed it to happen, it just was not going to cooperate. My funeral was planned. It was in an envelope in my nightstand drawer. I was the mother of 3 small children, a wife, this life that I wanted for myself, I wasn't going to get. I wasn't going to get to see my children grow up. I wasn't going to be with the love of my life, who is my husband. I wasn't going to be a daughter anymore. I wasn't going to be any of the titles that I had. And it just really didn't seem fair. I felt I had done everything right. I had prayer time, I read my Bible, I went to church. And I was like, why me? But what I had forgotten along the way is that no matter how hard I wanted it for myself, God also desired this for me as well. He wanted me to get well, and I'm His child. And I came across Dr. Ikren. He is a fellow believer. He prayed with me, and he says, I can help you. I know I can help you. And he did. And it just wasn't him, and he's taken no credit because he knows that God was the only way I was going to be here. I had maybe 3 months at the most, at the worst point. And when you know that there's nothing left, you either dig your heels in and you fight for it, or you just give up. At the later stage, the problem was it had affected my liver and my pancreas. Once it reaches those areas, there's no turning back. The liver, it can maybe stop it, but there was no way that the chemo could actually heal it. You cannot do that with your liver at all. Once the damage is there, it's there. You just hope for it to halt.
And when things just didn't go right, you still had a kind of inner peace. But
I don't know how.
no.
I don't know when. But I know he's going to do it. He's going to fix her. Because he always says, if you got a problem and you take it to the Lord, so when you're taking it to the Lord, leave it there. Don't pick it back up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we did it through those times.
Well, I get a call from my doctor, and now this is into the 5 months part that I've been doing the chemo, and they're like, Jackie, whatever you do, you had better not miss your appointment. You have got to come in. And I'm thinking, you know, what now? What more could go wrong? You know, what else is there left? And so I go. The nurses are hugging me, and it is the longest hallway at my doctor's office imaginable. And he's waiting there in the room. My husband went with me. He didn't want me to go by myself because we were really frightened. We're like, okay, what's the next part? You know, where are we gonna go from here? And Dr. Ikram's at the end of the hall. He's like, come on. And I'm like, okay. He's like, you're not gonna believe it. I went, what? You know, what's going on? And he's going, your liver, your pancreas, they're brand new. He said, I've checked the test twice. I've recalled the lab. I've recalled the technicians. I've rechecked your blood work as well. He said, Jackie, there's nothing. He said, it's just like someone opened you up overnight and dropped in a brand new liver and a brand new pancreas. And I'm like, I thought you said nothing could be done for those, that we were just going to halt. He said, listen to me. They are like brand new. There is not a thing wrong with them.
We were just shouting and praising the Lord.
And I think I said, I knew he would do it. I just knew he would. Why were we so worried?
Yeah.
But you know, you can't help but be worried. But yeah, why was we so worried? But God, it sure did take you a long time. That's how I felt.
I laughed, I cried, I danced down the hall. I was just ecstatic. I had all of the other nurses coming and hugging me along the way. My husband is grinning ear from ear. We can't even speak because I'm laughing and crying at the same time. To this day, my pancreas still looks brand new. My liver is absolutely perfect. It is brand new. I've maintained my weight. I haven't lost any more weight. There is no more colon cancer at all. Everything was taken care of, and it was taken care of without me having to have surgery to have it removed. During this time, my Uncle Wayne, he would send me cards or send a message through my mom, through my aunt, and once he even called me. And during this, he said, I want you to listen to these words. And it's, Jackie, don't tell God how big your storm is. You tell your storm how big your God is. And that is absolutely what I've done. He changed absolutely everything around for me. He's never left me alone, and there's nothing special about me why this was done for me. The only thing about me is that I'm his child. And this is my story, and it's for his glory.